Now it is. There we go. We got the right buttons. I'm teaching today. I have a special guest for Facebook Live today.
I'm learning. I'm not very good at this.
Oh, you're fine. It gets easier the more you do it, as I was told. How was everybody today?
I can't see everybody. I want to see them.
You can't see their faces.
I want to see
I'm
them.
sorry. All you can do is read their comments.
Hi, Gina.
Thank you. Thank you,
Hi.
everybody, for all the kind words.
Yes. Thank you.
And the flowers and the chocolate-covered strawberries that showed up today.
And fruit.
And fruit.
Got the fruit.
Miss Dawn, you know me well. You didn't send me any of that cantaloupe. You know that cantaloupe just goes in the trash. It is the rudest fruit in the world because it will ruin a fruit salad in a heartbeat by making everybody in the fruit salad taste like cantaloupe. So we don't do no cantaloupe.
Strawberries, yummy.
I agree, Miss Kenda. What happened to the weather? This coldness needs to go away. You gave me cherry blossoms. It's pink. It's pretty outside. It's not supposed to be this.
Hi, Mary.
Hello, hello. So we're just going to do a little impromptu today. We thought we'd take a few minutes and kind of have a little flashback and maybe an
Reminisce.
18-year reminiscent for those that have been with us for 18 years and those that are new may not know where we started or how we came about Material Girls. So we thought we would take a little bit to share some pictures with you. So here goes some pictures, and we're going to make our faces go away because you really don't want to see those anymore. So let's take a look. So this, if you did not know, we were not originally in the location that we're in now. We actually spent a year over by the Lido's Pizza here in La Plata, just a mile up the road. And this is what our front door looked like. And the front windows that we had, we were kind of under an awning. Not really an awning, but the second floor of the building.
Nice.
So it was like a covered walkway.
Kept it dry.
We were 1,100 square feet. So very, very
tiny.
small
It's tiny.
in that aspect. So these are just a few looks. This was our original logo that we started out with back in the day, and there were 3 girls there because I had to include my sister, even though she wasn't part of the official staff, but she was included. Otherwise, I would never live it down. But what I find funny is, look, that was all the Isacord we had 18 years ago. Look, that little tiny bit now, and now we have an entire wall of it. So this was literally standing at the cash register, and you could see the back wall of the building. So, too funny. And this was our classroom, which literally could hold like 4 or 5 people. But on UFO nights, we packed the whole building. We sat everywhere and anywhere we could put up a surface.
That was amazing.
We put up a surface and we
they
sewed and
no
we hand
6 feet
sewed.
distancing.
Yeah, there was no social distancing those
Those were
evenings.
wall to wall, shoulder to shoulders.
Yep, back when we were younger and we could hang out till midnight. So this picture was the front door and looking straight back, all the way back to the back door of the classroom. So too funny. And then in April of 2004, we moved. We decided that this was going to work. We were too big, and we needed more space. And at the time, for those that we gotten too big.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, La Plata had a tornado go through in 2002. So when we opened a year later, La Plata was still in the process of rebuilding a lot of the buildings that we lost. So we wanted to stick around in that location and kind of see where we wanted to go, if this was going to work, if we were going to be able to make it fly. And we decided, well, the first year was good. I think it's going to happen. So we found a building that was a product of the tornado revitalization, which is where we are today. Many people ask why we have Quilt Shop on the building and not Material Girls. One, Quilt Shop makes you stop. Material Girls makes you think strip joint. So, and at the time, Material Girls, as Material Girls Quilt Shop was too many letters and it cost too much money. So we had to choose our letters and words wisely. So we went with Quilt Shop because that and everybody, all the husbands thinks we're in cahoots with State Highway and make the red light, the stoplight at Route 6 turn red just in time for everybody to see the words Quilt Shop. In there, because we went in as the first tenants that was still under construction, we were able to kind of do the flooring, and we quadrupled our size. So we were going from like 1,100 square feet to like 5,000 square feet. And again, carpet and flooring for 5,000 square feet, that's really going to be covered up with a lot of shelving, is too much money. And I didn't want to vacuum, and you know how your sewing room floors look. I did not want to have to be cleaning up thread and kill more vacuum cleaners in my life than ever needed. And so we went with deciding to paint the floor. So you may have never noticed, it's a little worn looking today, but we started out painting the floor. Okay, so we have one half of the building is sawtooth stars and the other half of the building is square to square, because that was blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And when these concrete floors were not exactly 100% square, it was a challenge. So
No borders to make it straight.
yeah, and there were no borders to make it straight. It was a challenge, but we did it and we survived. So yes, they'll never be touched up. They are what they are, and that's the way they're staying. And then we moved. We actually designed this logo up here in the corner. We actually had shirts made. We had a lot of great customers who'd been with us for a while, that even my insurance man came over, brought a truck, and we loaded everything up in a couple of cars and drove it the mile down the road and just dumped it all into the middle of the building. And so it was piles on piles. And we looked at it later and be like, well, how did we fit this in 1,100 square feet? It was still very sparse in here, but we had a lot of stuff that came out of that building. And plus we had ordered things with the anticipation of having 5,000 square feet to fill. So this is what it looked like. Look at that big giant classroom. Look, that's a socially distanced classroom. We were just, doesn't look like that anymore, but so this was just a little bit. We had a very small book nook. We had chairs, tables, and all sorts of space for people to sit. Our Berninas used to be over in this main room, kind of up in the area where the new cutting table is at by the front door. And so we have definitely evolved. That was our book nook. This was our first event that took place here in the store, the gourmet sewing event. And then we had our, originally, before we had shopping carts, we actually had little red wagons that you pulled around and shopped with. And so that gave our little red wagon sign that Mr. Deputy Dog, Mr. Riley made for us. So it's very near and dear to our heart now. And the red wagons are still in existence. They are the radio flyers that are made in the United States.
Machine totes.
They tote our machines now. And so they are still here. So just a couple of pictures. We have our first quilt show we did in 2004 down at Soderly Mansion. This was from Dr. Mike's 50th birthday that we celebrated here. Miss Jenny Abbott and Mr. Pat made Dr. Mike a nice hanging. You're good.
I'll be right back.
Miss Jill and Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara was one of our, Miss Barbara and Miss Deborah were our first team members here with Material Girls. And just a old picture of Mom. Stocking shelves. Lots of classes. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of summer stuff with kids. It's funny to look back and see some of these kids, and they're grown adults with kids of their own now. Our Project Linus family that started here. One of the first classes we taught, actually. This was over in the original store, some of these pictures from back when we started in 2003. Some more pictures. Miss Sheila started at Material Girls knowing how to sew we taught her how to sew a pillowcase. She never sewed before. And so we taught her to sew pillowcases, and I think she made a gajillion pillowcases. So when we moved her from pillowcases, we moved her to log cabin quilts. And Miss Sheila made log cabin quilts. I don't know, she's probably made over 100 log cabin quilts. I think every color combination possible. Miss Sheila, you get her onto something and then she just makes a gajillion of them. This was in 2004, we joined the Quilters Quest, and that was our, we rented a bus, big old coach bus, loaded it up people, and then we took you around to, I don't remember if it was 10, 12, 14 shops at the time. But Dr. Mike and Wendy went on a little excursion and took everybody to experience a bunch of different quilt stores. In 2005, we had a visit from Alex Anderson. We weren't super filled up, because what's funny is that we took everything that was in the front of the store in terms of shelving and moved it to the classroom, and then we set up the space out front with a stage and lots of chairs. We sold tickets. I still have a ticket here from the event, and the invitation and everything for Alex. She came and she spoke, she signed autographs, talked about her quilts here in the store. It was a lot of fun. Special day. 2005, we did Quilters Quest again, and this was the staff. We had Deborah, Jeannie, Barbara, and then me and Mom on staff then. And then we loaded people up on a bus again. Lots and lots of Grandma Betty, our store grandma, still sewing. And we packed up lunch and took you back around the stores. Again, Dr. Mike and Wendy escorted everyone around. In 2006, we rebranded our logo. We grew up a little bit, freshened up. Oops. And just a few pictures. We dressed up for Halloween. 2007, some more Quilters Quest. We always had fun coming up with logos. Some more things in 2008. Miss Sheila, Miss Kathleen, I know you're on here. Miss Judy, and then Wendy and I learned how to use the brand new Bernina 830s. So that was exciting. Our first Deputy Dog. We reached 5 years old, and Deputy Dog was here to help us celebrate our party. Miss Jane Grove made our beautiful cake. We had beautiful weather, and it was actually, well, you never could tell on our birthday what the weather's going to be, because we've served hot dogs in the sunshine, and we've served hot dogs in the rain and in the snow. So April, you just never know.
And Chelsea's first Bernina job.
Yep. Sure is. Just some more pictures, classes, lots and lots of education. We had HP Ulchi, the owner of Bernina, came for a visit to the quilt store, did a little lecture, signed a bunch of machines. That's Mark. And then some more, another show. We always did Quilters Unlimited out in Chantilly. And we did Annapolis quilt show. Many years of quilt shows. Some more pictures. Quilters Quest shirts. We always like to match. Yeah, this was Amy with bangs, and now Amy with short hair. I have lots of hairstyles.
Me too. Fluffy puffies.
2008, 2009, lots of classes. We've taught lots and lots of people over the years on clothing, garments. Oops, that one went by too fast. Let's come back here. Some more kiddos. Okay, and it makes me feel really old because some of these kiddos, like I said, now are grown and have children of their own, or they're like graduating high school. Oh my God. That's why I have gray hair. This is the one of many professional tote classes that Wendy taught. Because remember, back in the day, if it had handles, it was a class that Wendy taught, and I taught everything else. So Miss Sheila, Miss B, I think Debbie Curtis, let's see, Miss Buffy, Miss Kathy, Sandy, Miss Joanne. Yeah, not yet. Okay. We're getting there. Because in 2009 was our first Midnight Madness. We lost it, people. We were up at midnight on the day after Thanksgiving, camping out, waiting to get into the store. We actually had, this is my, many of you don't know my brother. These both are my brothers here. This is my older of the two brothers. I'm the oldest, Keith. And then this is Keith, and then this is Seth. We actually had a DJ come in and DJ the little party, make sure we all stayed awake. Lots of fun and laughter, and then some more classes, and then we did it again in 2010. Y'all loved it enough that we did it again, and so much fun and laughter. I just laugh. In 2011, Charles County had a minor league baseball team, and we would go and we would have what we called baseball and bindings. And so you bring your handwork. We always had a box. We sat in the box, we socialized with family and friends, we'd eat, and maybe we would do some handwork. Didn't always happen, but maybe. But it was fun. So we always had fun. Laughs, fireworks. We had Mary joined the family. This is Seth's wife. And then we had some more quilt shows. Our wraps. Look how big that wall of Isacord grew over the years. Yes. More teaching. More hairdos for Amy. This is probably about the length of my hair. My hair is even longer than that is now. This is another Midnight Madness. Seth had joined the staff at that time, so he was running the register. I had Keith and Brian were here DJing the party, playing some games. There were many memories of not Let's Make a Deal, but it was always Keith would ask for the most random things out of purses.
Kind of like that.
And so kind of like what they used to do with Let's Make a Deal. And so it was a lot of fun. In 2012, we expanded. We outgrew where we wanted. And just so happened the store next door was going away. So we cut a hole in the wall.
Took a leap of faith.
Took another leap of faith, exactly. Cut a hole in the wall and moved. Well, didn't really move, just moved some stuff.
Yeah.
So had a lot of great helpers, a lot of great people helping to make it happen. This is all of the Bernina shelving that had come in. Family came together to put up slat wall. My brother and friends of the family painted. So always lots of giggling, lots of late nights. So let's go back. The Zoology Lounge classroom was born. We started carrying knits. We got a light fixture.
Mickey.
We had a book signing. Was the first thing that we did in that room before we did anything in there. And Miss Joan Ford came down and did a scrap therapy event for us and a book signing. We had lots of education. Shannon. Shannon joined the family. Shannon was a stuffed doll, a panel from Riley Blake, and it was so appropriately we named her Shannon because Shannon went to Ireland with us. And so in 2012, we loaded up a bunch of material girls and we headed to Ireland.
Not Mom.
Yeah, we left Mom behind.
And Dad.
And Dad behind. Dr. Mike and Mom stayed behind. But Wendy and I took a group to Ireland and we traveled A few bumpy roads, but we survived. We all made it over
tears.
and back. A few
tears.
tears, but we did it. We have beautiful, beautiful memories and time there. In 2013, Joan came back and she taught a class as well as had another book signing with us. We celebrated 10th birthday. And then on 2014, we decided we would hit the road again, but this time via boat.
Not Mom.
Not Dad.
Wendy and Amy get all the fun.
So Wendy and I loaded up for a mystery cruise. Took a bunch of people with us. Sewed on the boat when we were on the water, and then explored. Less crying, less tears, less obstacles
But
on
sick.
this project.
Was stripping down underwear.
But hit a hurricane and a little bit illness. But we're okay. 2015, we decided we were going to go to Italy.
Not Mom. Not Dad.
Yep.
Not Wendy, just Amy. And a big old group. We traveled Italy for almost 2 weeks. And then in 2016, RFL Alex from Italy came to us and educated us on thread. And so, yeah, not Wendy. 2017, we went to Wonderland, here for Quilter's Quest, decorated the store, and we had Tweedledee and Tweedledum were part of, Wendy had left us at that time to have Tweedledee and Tweedledum. In 2018, we took another cruise, but never left dry land. And Quilter's Quest that year, if you're not familiar with us, is a shop pop, and usually it's themed. In the last few years, the shop pop was themed to try to make it special and a little more fun. And, you know, we don't do anything small. We go all out. So Miss Libby built me a boat.
Beautiful.
And we also have done Mary Poppins, and then COVID hit. But after that, right before that event, we decided it was time for a remodel and a little update. We got all new shelving in the store, and things like that. In 2019, we celebrated our 16th birthday. We searched for golden bobbins that year in the store in that January, and we had a early bird. So we didn't open at midnight and we didn't party all night, but we opened it really early on Black Friday.
We were aging. These young girls were aging.
Yeah, we were decided that we were tired, and we had another party, and so everybody's lined up. Remember those days? It'd be gonna be a little bit before we can get back to doing this, but lots of fun. 2020. The year that nobody was allowed in, and we took everything online, and had a little fun. It was a rough year, stressful year. It's still a little bit like that, but we celebrated our 17th birthday that year all by ourselves. But Mom and I enjoyed our pan of brownies. Lots and lots of memories inside these walls. Lots of friendships. In these walls.
Lots of good times.
It's lots of good stuff. And so just a few pictures of looking back at people and us, all sorts. Me doing what I do the best is teach. Amy and Alex, Amy and Fonz and Porter. Mostly when I go to Bernina University.
Amy, Mom and Wendy.
Yeah. So 2021, you never know what's going to happen next.
Where's our mask?
But we couldn't do it without you. That's an older picture, Mom. But we
I think our mask.
definitely need to have you in order to have all those fun memories. So
I'd like to thank
we
Teach
have
and
our Alex Anderson tickets. Look, she was here March 30th, almost to the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, March 30th. Those were the tickets to get into the event. But I pulled out some lots and lots. So we had talked about, I posted this. This is how our newsletter used to be. It used to be printed on newsprint like a newspaper. And we did used to mail them. And so we had lots, and look at all those classes. Lots of stuff. And this was when we became a Bernina dealer. So we celebrated a baby shower that month. And when the stork just surprised us and dropped off 11 machines. So lots of things. And then eventually we transitioned to nice black and white printed booklets that also went in the mail. Lots and lots of articles. Yep. Lots of Project Linus that we've done. Lots of newsletters. Yeah. Project Linus. Turn it the right way. We have the article where Alex Anderson came to visit. There's lots more. Let's see. Miss Shannon. Miss Debbie Curtis. Miss Sheila.
Go back side.
This is our pillowcase marathon group that made pillowcases that year for Conquer Cancer. More newsletters. Anybody ever wanted to read? This article. This one. So it was lots of fun to look through old articles, things like that. Some old pictures. I found another hairstyle for Amy. Oh, Miss Brenda Bowles when she bought her first Bernina. And then what year was that? Trying to think. 2003. Yeah. So this was
this is where we had them lined up.
This was a whip night event. I know. There's Barbara, and that's young Seth right there, back when Seth was still in high school. He used to come here and do his homework. Let's see. There we are, Wendy. Really, really young. Young.
That's the old shop there, isn't it?
Man, I was really thin.
That's the old shop?
That's the old shop. These were whip nights from... This was the first thing Wendy ever sewed. Taught her how to make a perfect pouch at that whip night. She had no idea how to sew when we started the quilt store, and then realized we were having too much... I was having too much fun and too much mommy time. So she had to leave her job and come join us for a while. So that's how the whole... Wendy makes anything with handles kind of thing started with us. This was our first Solderly show. If you don't know, Solderly Mansion, the vendors used to be in the barn, and so we used to vend out in the barn. Out there, I had no idea. I'd never been to a quilt show in my life, and then here I am, owned a quilt store and vending at one. So, that's a whip night picture. So that's a little bit of what we've done over the last, I keep wanting to say 20 years just because it's 2021, but over the last 18 years. But we came from, so if you don't know, we always tell people we got into the quilt store via cake decorating. Because Mom and I was in another job, industry, in restaurant management, and I needed a stress outlet, as I was told, and so I would take up cake decorating. So Mom used to drive up from here and meet me in Columbia at the big box store, and we took a cake decorating class. Well, in their classroom was all sorts of
Quilting stuff.
And sewing stuff.
And I love cake.
Yes. And we thought we would give it a try. I had no idea what a rotary cutter was, and before you could take a sewing class there, you had to learn what a rotary cutter was and how to properly use it. So we took a class, and it turned into one class then I took another class, and then we found out about quilt stores. And we did Quilter's Quest for
Only for
1
1
year before we decided that we would open a store.
I decided.
Well, Mom decided. And
I drug
then
her along, girls.
coaxed me to come along. I will tell you, it was very nerve-wracking the first day
She
we opened
didn't want
the
to
door.
do it.
No, I was
I
very
need
nervous.
security, Mom. I need security.
Miss Karen, Whip Night was work in progress. Or we also used to call them UFO, which is what unfinished objects. And so we had 2 of them. When it first started out, it was just at night. When we moved to this facility, this building, we ended up doing a daytime and a nighttime. We used to sew from 9:30 in the morning till like 3 was group 1. And then my night group would come in about 5 and 6 and then sew till midnight. Everybody brought a dish. We shared, we ate, we laughed, we helped each other do our projects and lots of things. And so we ended up dropping the night group just because it got
Harder and harder.
harder and
To
harder
come back to work Saturday morning.
to come back on Saturday morning and teach. But we were doing the day group. It had just made a comeback in the beginning of 2020. And then we had to
No, it's
stop.
2019, right?
No, I have tickets for 2020. We had started in January of 2020 with a day and a night group, but the night group we didn't go till midnight. And so it's made its way. But yes, so we did Quest 1 year and then had the opportunity to open a quilt store. And so Mom says we could do it. I took a leap of faith, left the other industry. And the first day we were open, I was running around turning off all the lights and panicked that, oh my gosh, what did we do? What did I do? I think we sold like 4 fat quarters that day.
$18.
Like $18. It was like 4 or 5 fat quarters, maybe a marking pen. I was like, oh my God, what have we done? What have I done?
I knew we'd be okay.
I need to find another job, a part-time job.
Oh, it was nerve-wracking.
Looking for a part-time job. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so it has been a crazy 18 years. We've been through what?
What?
We've been through what? 2 weddings,
Mm-hmm.
3 grandchildren,
Mm-hmm.
just of hers.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh knows how many children and grandchildren of customers, and now great grandchildren for some people, that we've been through, and weddings and anniversaries, lots of stuff. But I wouldn't change anything about the last 18 years.
She says that in writing. We have it recorded, girls.
So, well, anything else? Anybody have any questions while I have you here? I'll gladly answer anything. Apparently I'm wanting to talk tonight because I'm just talking and talking and talking.
Thank you, Keith, Seth, Wendy,
Oh,
Mary.
Wendy's comment. Actually 4.
Thank you, family. And
Yes, thank you to
all.
my family. I had a family photo that I was going to post, but then I didn't like what I looked like, so I didn't post it. I didn't
But
put it in there.
Most of all, thank each and every one of you for supporting this little
Yes,
store
that
in
could.
downtown La Plata.
That's right.
We certainly
You've
appreciate it.
made people know where La Plata is. People know Material Girls all
did.
over.
Who would have ever thought, Miss Foster, that we would grow into 18 years
Yep.
after buying your little store?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Pat. We took my sewing room and turned it into Material Girls.
That's right.
So,
Turn it into everyone's sewing room.
that's right. So, no. Yes. Maybe one day. I took a break from traveling with large groups for a little while. I did a lot. I didn't even mention Ireland and Scotland. I sent the
Thank
group.
you, God, for Mike to take care of
I didn't actually get to attend that trip. I had some health issues and was advised not to travel internationally that year. So I sent my group on their way. They had a beautiful time in Scotland and England. I'm sad that I didn't get to go, but I will get back to traveling one day when it's easier for us
not
to
sure.
travel.
We're not sure we're going to be able to travel in January yet.
Yeah, Mom and I actually have a trip planned. We earned a trip to Thailand this year from Bernina.
Last 2 years, right?
Well, it would have been, we were supposed to travel in 2020, and that didn't happen. No, we were supposed to be, the trip was in 2021, and it didn't happen.
They changed it to April. No.
I don't know. 2019 we got it, and then
Yeah, in
2020 it was canceled. Yes,
and then it was supposed to be like April.
It was supposed to be again this year, and it's been canceled again.
So we don't know. So we haven't taken that trip yet. We'll
the
see.
trip to Thailand is supposed to happen next January. We'll see if Mom and I don't chicken out.
I know we might.
I think Robert and I should go.
It's still as of now. The trip is still on for January of 2022. But that I don't know if it doesn't happen. Then I don't know if it will happen. But Mom and I aren't exactly the. I don't like being on an airplane that long.
Right.
It's hard enough to get me to California.
And the food.
And we're very picky eaters. Can you tell I don't like cantaloupe? So, so I don't know. They say it's a trip of a lifetime. And you know, if I'm there, let me point to the right side of my shirt. Thanks for the mirrored camera. You know that if I make it there, I can't just go there and not visit that side of the country's Disney's. So I have a question. If anybody you can go over. Go ahead.
I want to listen.
If anybody has a connection in Tokyo, I would love to talk to you because there is a Small World popcorn bucket that they are launching at Disneyland in Tokyo that you can only get in Disneyland Tokyo that I would absolutely love to have. So, but yes, I don't know if we will be able to, if we'll get there. But I will get there if I get to go to Thailand and everything opens up and we're allowed to travel, and we'll take you along with us and get to see the elephants. So yeah, it just makes me a little nervous to travel. I'm not a huge airplane flyer. So hopefully there may have to be some drugs involved in that flight so that I don't go absolutely stir crazy and say, get me off of this plane. Get me off this plane. So, but yes, we look forward to having Deputy Dogs back for our next birthday when it happens, when we can party and celebrate. So, just as a reminder, currently the birthday promotion is all online at the moment. So from today through April 4th at 11:59 p.m., if you shop online, you can get 20% off your purchase with the exception of AccuQuilt, classes, and gift card purchases. You can pick it up here in the store. This is just going to help us.
Pumpkin bucket.
Limiting the number of people and trying to keep everybody safe, even though I know vaccinations and everything are happening, but we still want to be safe. We are almost a 100% vaccinated store.
Yes.
Okay, so we're almost there. Everybody in the store I think everybody's just waiting on second shots. Staff is just waiting on second shots.
Just one person hasn't got the first one.
So we're almost vaccinated here inside of Material Girls. So after the sale through the 4th online, we will shift over to doing specials in the store. We just wanted to get everybody through spring break and having grandkids and Easter and all of that kind of stuff. And so watch your email and Facebook and social media in general for the weekly specials that we will start to have. And then we're going to give you a week to be able to partake in that special so that everybody doesn't need to come running into the quilt store on the same day. And so we can just kind of space things out and we can keep you feeling safe. We've done a really good job. Everybody here has been done a really good job in 2020, all of me and my customers. And we just want to keep it that way. So just watch. You will get a chance to shop for fabric on sale inside the quilt store after Easter. Sorry. She keeps disappearing. We're wrapping up the day. That's why she doesn't do 5 o'clock live with me, because she can't sit still. But, all right. Well, I think I answered all the questions.
was hard.
and everything. So
Um,
yes, I hope we're around another 18 years. I hope I can survive another 18 years. I'll probably have way more gray hair.
she'll be my age.
I'll be her age in 18 years. And she'll be Grandma Betty's age.
No, no.
She'll be Grandma Betty's age when Grandma Betty started here.
No, I won't be that old. Not that old.
Yeah.
Don't be aging me now too fast.
Well, we hope, just as another reminder, we have regular hours for Easter. So we're open on Friday, Good Friday. We're open on Easter, not Saturday. We're open Friday, regular hours. We're open Saturday, 9:30 to 3, regular hours. And we will be open Easter Monday, 9:30 to 5:30. So we have regular hours this weekend, nothing special. So if you're out and about or need to escape family and people in town, or your kids that are on spring break, you are more than welcome to join us here at, yeah, I answered, at the Cold Store. We will be here.
Machines. Machine-wise.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us for a short little trip down memory lane here. We hope you enjoyed looking back at some pictures. I would love if you have pictures of things and events and that took place here or with Material Girls. Please share them inside, either on the regular Facebook page or inside the society group. We would love to see all of your memories. Like I said, it's funny because everything before social media was on digital cameras, things like that. So they were all on hard drives. And then you got to a certain year that you could tell that social media kicked in about 2012. And then by 2014, I have no digital picture. Everything is just Facebook timeline uploaded. And so there's no digital pictures set anywhere. And so, it was just kind of funny and hysterical to look at and think, oh wow, we didn't have those. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much. I hope everybody has a wonderful Easter with everything. Happy Passover. I think it's over. I think, is Passover over or just started? I don't know. But for my Jewish friends, happy Passover. And yeah, I think so. Well, all right, guys. I will still see you tomorrow at 5 for our regular Friday Live at 5. We'll talk about what's new here in the store. And we will also go over a few things, a few updates that we have for you on a few things. And so I will see you tomorrow at 5.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for all the wonderful well wishes. And we will see you soon. We love you and couldn't do it without you.
Nope. You did all the talking. I tried to squeeze.